Hello, and welcome to this overview video about task management and to-dos in Tana. Tasks in Tana ranges from the very simplest form of checkbox to-dos to complex tasks in bug tracking, project management, and more. We'll be covering the basics as well as give you an overview and link to more complex use cases you can build. The very simplest form to indicate a task in Tana is to create a checkbox on a node. This is useful for creating shopping lists or just ad hoc lists for tracking your day-to-day stuff. You do this simply by pressing Command-Enter on a Mac or Control-Enter on other platforms. This creates a checkbox, and if you press the same keys again, it goes from a checkbox to a completed checkbox and back to a normal node again. You can select multiple lines and turn them all into checkboxes, or you can check multiple boxes at the same time. Tana comes pre-installed with a to-do tag you can use for explicit to-dos. The nice thing about it is you can find all your to-dos that are not yet done in the sidebar. The to-do tag also have a due date you can use to indicate when it needs to be done. For now, we don't notify or remind you about the due date, but when you're on that particular date, it will show up as a reference on the bottom of that day. Here as well, I can tag multiple nodes. Now let's look at how you can create your own tag to manage tasks. We'll create a wishlist tag to organize items that I'm thinking about buying. And I'll start by adding the item circular saw and tagging it as a wishlist. I then click the tag and choose Configure to give it some fields. I want a status for my items, and I want it to have a fixed set of values, such as wishlist, research mode, ordered, and received. I'm also going to give it a price field and a node to organize my research about this item. Let's go ahead and add some items to my list of things to buy. If I now click the tag, I can find everything tagged as wishlist. I can rename the live search, and I can drag it into the sidebar for easy access later. I can also view it as a table, and I can quickly add approximate prices, and I can do some calculation to figure out how much of the stuff is going to cost. And finally, I can view it as a Kanban, so I can set up and easily change the status of each item. The last thing we'll cover is how to create a checklist. Checklists are a great way to quickly organize packing lists, new employee checklists, and things like that. I'll start the same way as with the wishlist tag. I'll create a node called Pack for Yosemite, and I'm going to tag it with Hiking Packing List. I'll then add the fields for every item that I need to bring. I'll click Add New Field, choose Checkbox as its type, and give it a name. I'll then just repeat the process for the rest of the gear I need to bring. If I now go back to my node Pack for Yosemite, you'll see that I have a nice list of everything I need to pack. I can also combine things, like adding the to-do tag. If I do that and I open it, you will see that it has both a due date as well as the packing list itself. Another way to do the same thing would be to inline reference the packing list by creating a new node and say, for instance, remember to pack, and then hit the @ key to search for Yosemite and create a link to my packing list. I then tag this as a to-do, and now there's a clear separation between the checklist and the actual task of packing. This is just scratching the surface of how to manage tasks in Tana. Check out our related content on other types of task management and sign up to our Slack community to be notified when we release new videos. Until next time, take care, and I'll see you in the next video.